very, very good evening to all our distinguished guests, all the partners here today, the board and management at Junior Achievement Nigeria, and most importantly, the amazing youth that are here with us this evening. It's really a privilege to be here. It's an amazing 25 years of JAN's impact in Nigeria. And JAN has truly, as you've seen the children and the youth who gave sort of their congratulatory messages earlier, it really has shaped the futures of so many Nigerians, myself included, as you've already heard. I still vividly remember my ViMP experience. I believe it was the very first one. We had the pleasure of having Mr. Dick Kramer with us at the time, as well as faculty and staff at LBS. It was a truly magical experience. And many of the lessons that I learned during that experience have shaped my career since then. At that time, and for many years after that, the financial technology landscape was very different. We were thrilled if our dial-up internet stayed connected for more than 5 minutes. I'm sure many of the youth here today will not understand. It was a real labor of love to get any sort of connectivity. Today, however, we're talking about mobile wallets, blockchain technology, and artificial intelligence. It's amazing how much has truly changed in a relatively small space of time. And so my keynote address today, I was asked to talk about financing the future, how fintechs can drive innovation in entrepreneurial education and empower Nigeria's youth. So I'll try to do that as swiftly and efficiently as possible. So Nigeria's greatest resource is sitting with us in the room today, our youth. As you heard from the chairman, estimates indicate that over 60% of our population is under the age of 25, making us a country with one of the youngest populations in the world. This means that around 130 to 140 million people in Nigeria fall under this incredible category. Globally, Nigeria ranks among the top countries with the largest youthful populations. And in terms of size, Nigeria is ranked alongside countries like India and China. And we all see where China and India are today. And if you look back 25 years, you can see the steps and the journeys that they have been on. And so that really does tell us that our country is literally and figuratively bursting at the seams with creativity, energy, and resilience. This youth bulge is not a challenge. It's a remarkable opportunity, especially when you juxtapose this against the demographics of many developed countries, where they're grappling with a decline in population growth, shrinking workforces, and an inability to power their economies without immigrant populations. Nigeria, with our youthful population, is poised to go far, and it is undoubtedly the young people who will take us there. So how exactly do we unlock this potential? The answer lies in fintech. Nigeria's fintech sector has experienced explosive growth, attracting $1.3 billion in investment in 2022 alone. But it's not just the money that's pouring in. It's the way fintechs are transforming the landscape for youth entrepreneurship. The barriers that once held young entrepreneurs back, limited access to capital, sparse financial services, overwhelming bureaucracy are being dismantled. We now have digital payment platforms, democratized lending, and mobile wallets that have removed these roadblocks. Now our young entrepreneurs can leap over these hurdles and focus on innovation, what we truly need them to do. At NIBSS, we're of course deeply committed to this mission, and there are several initiatives that we are a part of, but our goal remains the same, is to give our young people access to the financial tools that they need to bring their ideas to life. This is the true promise of fintech. It doesn't just open doors, it absolutely shatters them. But of course, with great power comes great responsibility. It's not enough to just provide the tools. We must ensure that our youth have the financial literacy to use them effectively. And of course, this is where Junior Achievement Nigeria comes in. Managing money can sometimes feel like trying to fetch water with a basket. And I'm sure a few of you will be nodding in agreement. But by embedding fintech education into the educational system and curriculum, we can turn money management into something dynamic and truly engaging. Imagine creating a curriculum for entrepreneur and education where our students learn not just about business theories, but they can use mobile apps to simulate what it would mean to run a company, to make real-world financial decisions, and of course, receive mentorship from seasoned entrepreneurs. That's the kind of future that we can build if we work in partnership with Junior Achievement Nigeria. It's not just about financial tools. The global economy itself is becoming more digital by the day, and fintech sits at the heart of this transformation. Nigeria's youth, with over 90 tech hubs and across the country and growing, are already showing that they can rise to the challenge. Our future lies in the creative, tech-savvy minds of our youths, many of you who are seated here today. This is Nigeria's moment to leapfrog into the digital economy. We don't need to follow traditional development paths. We can go straight to building businesses that solve uniquely Nigerian. And why even stop at Nigerian? You can solve African and global problems too, creating jobs, wealth, and a shared prosperity for millions of young Nigerians. And as we build this almost utopian fintech-driven future, we cannot forget about inclusivity, especially gender empowerment. Inclusion statistics show that women face greater financial exclusion than men. And that is certainly true in Nigeria if you look at the statistics. Fintech platforms can provide women, especially those in rural areas, power to level the playing field. It can grant them access to capital, payment systems, and even global markets without the traditional constraints. And of course, we know that when women thrive, communities also thrive. Our research consistently shows that when we empower women financially, the entire community benefits. Fintech has the potential to unleash this multiplier effect. And of course, we will face challenges, whether it's limited access to technology or infrastructure gaps. There will always be work that still needs to be done. But I'll tell you this, if there's one thing I've learned on my journey, is that Nigerian youth are unstoppable when they set their minds to something. If we all work together, the government, the private sector, the innovators, we can overcome these challenges and build a system that truly works for everyone. So, as we celebrate today, I leave all of us with a challenge. What role will we play in financing the future? How can we use fintechs to build businesses, transform lives, solve problems, and uplift our communities? And remember, it's okay if you're not perfect. I certainly wasn't when I completed my first JAN business plan. Trust me, it was a real mess. But success is not about being perfect. It's about learning from your mistakes and moving forward with determination. Together, we can harness the creativity of our youth, the power of technology, and the spirit of innovation to propel our great country, Nigeria, into a new era of prosperity. Thank you and good evening.